They say the meek will inherit the earth. We say the nerds are already in control. Welcome to the Frakkin Nerds, episode number 271. I'm your host, Doc Martin, and joining me again live on this show, hopefully, you just wouldn't, doing this Zoom and then trying to make these guys who typically do podcasts how to look good for videocast has been a challenge. Each one having to communicate what we need to do and what we don't need to do. And of course, nobody listens to me. Well, the one he did, one actually, he did say this is what we could work with. And that is the one of the man over in Indiana. The song is probably blocked on YouTube. So if you don't hear anything, that's what it is. That would be Mr. Kennedy. Let me bring you up.
Kennedy.
How are you doing over there?
Doing good. Finals week, so that's fun.
And also congratulations on finding out the next up-and-coming Mr. Kennedy. Have you got a name yet?
We got a first name, not a middle name. It's
Eric?
Alexander
Come
Kennedy.
on, I was hoping for Eric. Damn it. Oh.
Why do you want Eric?
Because you have Xavier and you would have had Eric, so it would have been perfect.
I tried for Logan. It didn't happen.
No, again, class, would you admit, if you've named a kid Xavier and you have another kid, wouldn't you name him Eric?
Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand. It works.
Exactly. You got to have
it.
They have to compete against each other. You know, you never know. They're going to just
that's the sibling rivalry.
That's right.
You should have that. Yeah.
But it's Alexander, you say?
Alexander, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Right now we're
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if I can talk about it, so I'm going to let it go for right now, but we've got two that we like, but not sure about them.
Okay, is there going to be a fight over the middle name here?
No, we both have to agree. That's the whole thing, and neither one of us are mad if. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like we're working together.
I got you. That's what you should be. That's what you got to do in a relationship. You got to.
And my goal today is to drink this entire thing during the show. So
it shouldn't take that long, right? An hour and a half, an hour maybe.
Popping it open. There we go. You bitches better talk because this is gonna be gross.
Also from the
introduce other people.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. From the Indiana side, let me bring him up. Oh, man, he's already struggling with it. That would be Chris Glass there, who I kept telling him stop using the virtual wallpaper because it just doesn't work. I don't know if
I don't understand what you're talking about. I think it works just fine, right?
I don't know if it's your PC because my Mac has issues. My old ass Mac has issues, and I can't deal with that unless I actually have a true green screen behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get a green screen you can work with it.
No, apparently not. Apparently not. I mean, I have a MacBook. That's what I'm working with, but yeah, it doesn't work here.
Don't
but that's
get Kennedy
all right.
started on the crappy Mac, so he's.
I know about that. Kennedy, if you want, buddy, if it makes drinking, I'm drinking coffee right now, but I have like 4 or 5 Dos Equis in the refrigerator. I'll kill all 4 or 5 of those during this episode if you want, while you kill your one.
That would help. At least somebody's enjoying something.
If you want a drinking partner, I'll drink with you, buddy.
Let's do it. Let's make it a drinking episode.
I'll be back.
Doc,
Go ahead and introduce Joshua.
All right. And the guy all the way. Let me unpin this video. Oh, my Lord, this is taking forever. Here we go. Let me ring him up. Hold on, you're not ready. Go back down. Go back down. Go back down. Now go. There you go. It's the guy from the East Coast. It's Pete Davidson.
Holy shit, we saw a soldier. Or his shoulder. Yeah.
I know. He's... So the third person I had a challenge with is if you've not seen any of these Zoom videos that we posting on YouTube and Facebook.
I think people have been seeing them.
I don't know. It's just
it's like if you fucking sprayed Aquanet in a can. God damn it. Oh.
What the fuck do you need? Do you want me to get? I have Coronas too. You want me to get a Corona when class comes back?
Everybody should get a beer except for Martin because he's a bitch.
No, I've got Bud Light in there. I could grab a Bud Light.
Like I saw when you took that sip of whatever the fuck it is. What is it that you're drinking that caused you to like spasm in your face like you're busting a nut?
It's called Steel Reserve and it's like $2 at a gas station.
Steel Reserve? What kind of beer is that?
It's a $2 gas station beer.
You know we have 50 cent beers here in New York.
It's called Hams, but everybody knows it sucks. So.
Oh, that's the Jason Crow beer.
Yeah, that's the one he was talking about. Yeah, fucking Hams. You can get a 30-pack for $10.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like what I hear.
No, it's what fucking pour Bud Light in a pitcher, and then fill the rest of it up with water, and you got Hams.
It's still water.
I got Bud Light.
Yeah, Bud Light's not bad. I could drink like 50 of those.
That's counterproductive, right? What's the point of drinking 50 of these? Like, aren't you trying to get like drunk? Correct?
Yeah, if I need to get drunk, I got to drink like 50 of them.
That's the counterproductive then.
No, I thought when you drink Bud Light is because you don't want to get fat.
Well, then if you're drinking 50, I think that's adding a lot.
Yeah, but you're getting drunk and just not get fat.
I think I think in that that other version of it. Oh, what'd you bring, class?
I brought.
Right. Hold them up.
I have some Miller Lights, but I brought some 4 Dos Equis.
I'll switch us off to this.
Whoops.
Right there.
Okay.
We lost Joshua.
He probably went to go get a
He's
drink.
barely in the screen anyway.
We can't toast without Joshua.
So yeah, I cut my limes. I got my
Oh,
salt.
you went all out.
Do that while you were gone, or were those pre-cut?
Yeah. Oh no, I did this while I was gone just now.
Jesus.
Have you ever tried that pink salt?
I haven't.
Somebody said it's better with the alcohol, but
Why is it pink?
it's Himalayan or something like that.
I've heard of it. I heard it's good for you.
Yeah, I've heard people use it to wash their hands, and some people eat it, so I don't know.
Okay.
Just random. Wash your hands or eat it. Whatever
Well,
works.
you know what? People have been putting vodka in sanitizer bottles
To drink
Yeah.
or to clean?
to clean.
Yeah,
It's awful funny when you're sitting at your desk fucking shooting sanitizer in your mouth. All right, hold them up, guys. There we go. Yay.
Salud, amigos.
Yes, salute to
some of us have
distributing alcoholic beverages.
work tomorrow.
Ugh.
Hey, why did Joshua and I, the 2 Spanish guys, I have a Dos Equis, he has a Corona. How fucking stereotypical are we?
Hey, white guy with Bud Light.
Kennedy with the deuce. All right.
I still can't believe they call it Steel Reserve. That's
Oh, no.
what makes me laugh.
It has a whole fucking story on the side here. So it says the 211 mark, because it says 211 on here. The 211 mark, based on the medieval symbol for steel, appears only on the Steel Reserve high-gravity lager. We use nearly twice the ingredients of many normal lagers and brew for over twice as long as many quality beers. They burn this shit and then fucking put it in a can. Like, ugh.
Now, whenever I make my return to Kentucky, I will tell Kennedy to bring me Steel Reserve so I can try it and be more manly than him.
Oh, you have at it, sir.
Hey, Joshua.
Hey guys, who am I? Look at me. Look at who am I? Going down.
Is he making fun of me? Because
Yeah, he's making fun of you.
He's
While you're up, Doc, let's see those calves.
Legs. I don't know why he thinks you're skinny.
He's got baby legs.
Got
I got
big.
the skinny legs. I got the skinny legs when I play Overwatch and I tell people what to do.
I do tell people what to do. If only my friends. Otherwise, I don't talk to people on Overwatch. I just yell at them, telling them how horrible they are. Well, guys, on today's show, home delivery on quarantine snacks, Jay and Silent Bob are getting a video game, and Quibi and why it's failing. First things,
Didn't know they needed reasons to fail.
I mean, I think everybody was seeing, anybody that wasn't working for Quibi knew it was going to fail.
I think people who were working for Quibi knew it was going to fail.
But they were riding that money train all the way down. Well, you got money. Yeah.
And then I can't wait for the story to be developed because you'll never guess what was blamed on why Quibi is not a success. Doc is going to have, well, Doc knows, but you, the listener, are going to have a field day with this.
First things first, Lyft will require drivers and passengers to wear face masks. You're not doing Lyft or...
I got the email. I'm still technically a Lyft driver. We're waiting on the PUA, which that's been a fucking nightmare. That's a whole story. But
What's PUA?
It's the assistance that the federal government's giving for gig drivers and gig people like bartenders and stuff that live off the tips. But basically, so I was truthful when I filed my unemployment where I worked in Kentucky and Missouri in 2018. And because they had to send paperwork off to both of those states to get that information, I have to wait on both of those states to come back. And I don't know if you've heard or not, but Missouri and Kentucky have been shit when it comes to their unemployment stuff. So it's going to be months before I see anything. But anyways, yeah, we got the email. We do have to wear face masks. Actually, they suggested that we build this plexiglass barrier between ourselves and the back seat, and to not let anybody sit in the front seat anymore.
Yeah, I've seen that in Ubers. They get like these little. Supposedly, Uber drivers have been given this like little plastic thing to a divider between the front seat and the back seat. Like, it's
they
pretty
didn't give it to
fucking
the Uber drivers here because I'm Uber and Lyft, and basically both of them sent us emails saying you can buy this stuff at Home Depot and make. What was that, class?
I burped. Sorry, I muted it, so I had to. It stunk. It was a mixture between spaghetti. It was my daughter. Well, tomorrow's my daughter's birthday, but we celebrated. I went over to her mom's house today, and we just had spaghetti and like cake and
spaghetti cake for birthday.
Yeah, and then we had cake, and then I came home and had coffee.
Did you really like spaghetti, or was that just it was too
mom's spaghetti? Shit, like even Eminem likes fucking mom's spaghetti.
No, he didn't because he had puke on him.
Yeah, well, it was my mom's spaghetti. My mom's spaghetti's the shit. So.
He was nervous. That's why he threw up. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why.
Because he needed to get calm and ready, you know,
to drop bombs.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you can narc on your Lyft driver, or if the Lyft driver can narc on any guest that does not wear the mask. Uber is going to be launching their own thing pretty soon also, so get ready to see people covered up.
This is the times we're living in, man.
So did you see the picture I posted on Facebook where I had to wear the bandana to the doctor's office?
Yeah, you're supposed to. Why?
You're supposed to do that. That's
because I wasn't able to get him a mask. I'm sorry, buddy. I've tried.
But here's the thing. So we have to we put the masks on. The doctor's office she goes to is in the 4th level of the hospital in Seymour. So we go into the hospital and they're like,
name drop, why don't we?
They're like, hey, do you have you been in contact with anybody that has COVID? Have you been out of the country? We had to go through a questionnaire to get in there. So we went through that. We get up to the 4th floor, and we check in. And the nurse up front was like, yeah, she was set up. She was, sanitary. We walk through to go to the fucking room. Every goddamn nurse is like, fucking mask sitting down there around their neck. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's fucking safe. Like.
So they all were wearing the correct way anyway, so.
No, and the ones that we're wearing it out like a duck. It looked like a fucking duck quack.
Those are the N95s. Yeah, those are the duck bills that are actually like they help filter 95%. But dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I'm in my when I'm doing my 12 hours, I wear it when I have to. When I go back to the nurse's station, dude, we're fucking, like we got to pull it down. I got a picture. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but I took a video and I sent it to a friend of mine, but may not be able to see it real well, but just
the
like
line marks.
The fucking can't really see all those.
Yeah,
but then
I've got
the back of my head.
Okay,
look at that shit.
Oh, so it sliced you.
Well, dude, it just digs in, and within 10 minutes of wearing it just fucking gives you a horrible headache.
Do you want one of these?
I have one of those.
Oh,
I do have one of those. But the problem is, like, those work great with the surgical mask. When I wear my N95s, it's the duckbill, and they have 2 rubber bands, one that goes on top, one that goes on bottom, and they go over top like that. So there's no way to connect it like that. And even if I had, like, one of those fucking do-rag fucking gangster-ass things that, like, some nurses wear, I don't get that. I don't understand that thing. But it is what it is. I'm sure a lot of like people with hair deal with it, but it's like they at least have that barrier of the hair. Me, that motherfucker cuts in. That's what I should do. That's what I should do. Damn, he looks like he's part of like an '80s fucking workout montage. That's like, I need one of those.
Yeah,
like, with the fucking button.
My sister made
Solid Snake let himself go.
Is that the thing that Tony was posting the other day, Doc?
Drago over here and shit.
What is that, Kennedy?
Is that the mask that Tony was posting the other day?
No. Like this is we were trying to figure out because like wearing masks is super annoying, and so my dad had created these buttons for the nurse over at Audubon where my sister works, and then it connects up, and then I was like, oh well, most of the guys are not going to wear headbands, so he created the other version, which is this, which we using rubber bands helps stretch it out. Because, I mean, you can't even wear the little earpieces. It's just, it's annoying.
My buddy down in Texas, Xander, he's making these things called ear savers. He prints them out with his 3D printer, and he's giving them out free to all the nurses. I might see if I can get you one, class. They're really nice, but they're this long thing like that have these ridges, and it just comes back, and it holds it out from your ears. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But he donated a bunch to the hospitals down there in Texas.
That's that, right? It's this thing right here, right?
Yeah, but his looks better than that one.
Okay. I'll tell my dad that his
that is shit.
Wow.
Yours is a piece of shit, dog.
Wow,
God.
Kennedy, what a jerk. You're a fucking jerk.
Well, then let's move on to the next story. As we keep talking about Tinder, they're testing live in-app trivia. When you're, are they just getting away from what the site actually is? And they're like, hey,
what is that gonna help? Like, I'm trying to get pussy. Oh, let me answer these pop questions to see if me and this girl are alike. No.
So this is a continuation. They had a thing called Swipe Night, which was a limited run weekly video series where it was a kind of a choose your own adventure. And then based upon your choices, you could interact with other people and like connect and then hook up. Be like, well, yeah, I didn't drink the potion. So, but now they're going to be doing trivia that you and multiple people can get onto and then find somebody to have sex with.
Yeah, I want to choose my adventure. I just want to fuck. Who like what is going on with? Are they that fucking bored?
I think they realize that other, like, you know, with Class playing his little musical game, they're losing audience to, remember the game you were talking about the previous week's Class?
Pop, whatever.
Yeah, your pop.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Thanks for joining the show today.
Pop, song pop. Yeah.
Song pop. I think they're losing people to the games like that, and they're like, we need people to come on. We're not just a dating app anymore.
Wait, but oh god, people are so greedy. Greed is a motherfucker. Like, it's understandable. No one's using Tinder because there's a fucking pandemic going on, but they want to entice people to come back to the. Oh god, that's so sad.
Do you want sex like in Demolition Man? Because this is how you get sex like Demolition.
Question
Probably,
is,
I mean, but isn't that the next evolutionary step? I could fuck whoever I want without catching an STD.
I hope I'm dead before that comes around.
you got that Black Mirrors episode where you can do that in a video game. You don't know about that, Joshua, because you don't watch that Black Mirror.
But I know about the episode.
You know about that.
Yeah.
You heard about that. It interested you.
No, it didn't. It made me laugh.
Question I have is this.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yes.
Because in that episode, they were basically fucking in a fighting game, right?
Correct, because they realized they could do more in this game than just typical fighting.
Okay, then they abused the video game, and the people who made that game should have never made that allowed to happen. So moving on.
I think that was somebody was breaking that down, that they were exploiting a glitch in the game.
Yeah, that's one glitch they should have nipped in the Matrix, if you tell her, you know.
That sounds fucking awesome. I would play a game just for that.
Like,
yeah,
you
what happens
didn't have
when you
any
find out
problem?
you're fucking Matt?
Yeah.
You watch
if it's a dude?
It could
Well, it depends what the dude looks like. I mean,
no, they're playing a character.
And she's playing as Chong Li, and you find out he's Charlie, you know?
Yeah, he's Brian.
Oh, I gotcha. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's weird.
And then they meet up in real life, and they're like, "We got to do this. We got to figure out if we're really gay or not." And then they're like, "Yeah, we're not gay."
I mean, you had to like question it like that. Those dudes had to like even ask like, "We have to figure this out."
No, they
That
did.
was
Look my dick, and I'll have to
They-
see if I like it.
They did. They met up in a dark alley area, and they kissed, and they were like, "Yeah, fuck that. That's not us." But apparently, they felt an emotional connection when they were in the game.
So
But once you
then-
realize it's
this
a
fucking
dude,
Yes, I
Once you
watched
realize-
the show.
And you thought that was a good episode?
I did
the,
think.
the resolution of the episode was that he gets to have sex with his buddy once a year.
Yep.
And his wife gets to go fuck another guy.
Yeah, because she was getting bored.
now is
Yeah, thanks, class. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
no, dude. Okay. Hey, to each your own. I don't judge. Whatever. If you like
There's
dudes,
an episode
you like
with
whoever
Killer-
you want to fuck, that's fine. That's your business. More power to you. But like, if you have to even question it, if you're like, oh wait, you're a dude, you fooled me this whole time, man.
No,
well,
they knew
let
each
me
other.
suck
They
your
knew.
dick and let me see if I really am gay. You're
No,
gay if
they-
you question that. Like,
They knew who they were, and then they even went out and like hooked up with other people while playing the game, but they only felt the real connection to each other, the two buddies.
This is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
No, there's way worse TV shows that are on.
Yeah, that's one of them.
That is not one of them. It's one of the better
That
ones.
is one of them. That
One
is
of the better.
like, oh man, let's play a fighting game. Oh man, I want to fuck. Oh man, let me see if I'm really gay. Well,
No.
I'm not gay, but I still gotta fuck you in the video game because I have feelings for you when I'm in the video. Does that even fucking make sense?
not once, whenever I played Bad Dudes back in like 1991, did I ever think like, I'd really like to fuck player 2 who's playing as Bimmy over here. Like,
Yeah,
never once. Like, that was two totally separate things, man.
I
I
never
don't-
said.
Maybe
"Ooh, I
the
wanna
chick
fuck
that like
Chung
got an
Lee."
uppercut in like the stomach, that when she got picked up you could see her panties. That was the only time I ever had like pussy on my mind while playing that game, and I was like
Yeah.
11 or 12. Like,
Now, what do you think
Yeah,
you're
but what
doing
about
when you kill somebody, you teabag them? You know what you're doing to that man with your testicles. And
No, see, hey, let me interject here. Hold on.
You got a
hold
point.
on. Hold on. But let me ask you a question here. Who is the people that do that teabagging stuff? Because it sure ain't minorities. I'll tell you that much.
it is
Oh,
a
you
lot
think
of
it's
white
the
people.
white guys? Why?
Yeah, because that's only white people only think of shit like that to do.
Like, so you've never teabagged a person in a game?
No, I'm not gonna fucking pretend I'm dipping my virtual nuts in someone's dead forehead. I got better things to do.
All right.
Not
Well,
die.
and Kennedy, I know you've teabagged a man or two. Yeah. I guess it's a white thing. We never
It's
knew it was a white
people
thing.
Yeah, it's
But
a
I
white
want to
people
call
thing.
I want to call bullshit on Class's thing because you can't tell me that you didn't think about sex when you played Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive? What was Dead or Alive?
It's a
the
fighting
If
game.
you didn't,
The bouncy titties.
No, when it came to like
Literally-
Tekken and shit like that, yeah, I
No,
definitely did.
Here's the thing. It's I want to fuck Chung Lee, not I want to fuck the person playing as Chung
And-
Lee.
no,
Yeah.
that's how it started in the game. They were like, hey, that character's hot. Like that's how
Yeah.
that went.
No, they
And it
knew.
was
tough.
They knew they were playing each other.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But
they're
what I'm
gay.
saying is like I would say that one of them was gay.
I think
Clearly.
it was the big guy that was gay.
It was the big guy. The big guy was gay because he was playing the female
Hmm.
character, which means he was like, "Give me that dick." And then when they asked him, he's like, "How's
Falcon's
it feel?" And he's
gay
like,
in this then?
no, he's straight.
he's the guy that's giving the dick. But the other guy who was like, and then he's like, "Can you explain it?" And he's like, "It just feels so different." And it was some weird.
I watched
fucking-
the dumbest fucking shit, man.
He's got Miami connection.
So it's like one dumber. There were some pretty fucking gay moments in that, but
Yeah, it was the black guy. Anyway.
dude, that guy. I've never seen a longer, more drawn out, awkward scene than that dude talking about his dad and crying. And like, the only part that was more awkward on Miami Connection than that was when the Asian fucking like 65-year-old college kid goes around telling everyone good night and giving him like the black man handshake, like good night. Like he goes room to room to room. And it leads to nothing. They just like next thing you know, they'll wake up the next morning and they're having like coffee and cereal. Like
yeah, that's the guy who created the movie.
what? The
Yeah,
Asian dude?
Yeah, the Asian
J.Y.
dude,
Kim.
Clearly he knows how to play guitar as well. Because like I was totally convinced he was doing that.
I just
play
like the part
Wonderwall?
where he had. No, he didn't play Wonderwall. I just like the part where he's like, I told you, it was the agency that set muscle up.
For those of you who have never seen Miami Connection, Joshua was tweeting about this the other night. And it is a fucking gem. I watched the riff track version of it, which Joshua said you don't even have to do that.
Oh,
But
it's bad, yeah. It's
oh my God. That's the one I watched. It added so much. It was fucking.
those
The
are
soundtrack alone, I would fucking.
No, God, that first song in the I was like, this can't be real.
Friends are friends forever,
Friends
whatever that
forever.
shit was. Yeah.
Yeah.
again. Those are the perfect making fun of movies. It's the ones where they're taking it really serious, and they think they're doing a good job, and nobody at this production has said, "What in the fuck are you doing?" Like The Room, like Birdemic. If you watch Birdemic, which I keep promoting, but Joshua refuses to listen.
I'm gonna
to
watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
All right.
Second beer.
Oh my God, he's already moving on the second one. Did you
I'm on.
Snapchat this, or doesn't really affect or real? Is it?
I'm on number 2.
What do you mean, on Instagram?
Oh, Instagram. Yeah, Instagram it.
Nah, I don't need to do that today.
Oh, okay. I guess we're not.
Instagram. Go on my Instagram. You see.
I don't
your
Instagram
face.
on Tuesdays. Fuck Tuesdays.
All right, guys, while you're still locked up in the house, PepsiCo is working on a way to get you
There we
all
go.
the snacks and drinks that you may need. Going to snacks.com or pantryshop.com, they will give you any of their 100 Frito-Lay products, along with possibly Gatorade, Pepsi products that will be sent to your house within 2 business days. So if you're sitting there and you're hungry and you need some food, there you go.
Like this is
is
seems a little
a
late on the
Pepsi?
pool.
What's that?
Did you say Pepsi or
Yeah, PepsiCo.
you want
Pepsi Frito-Lay.
Yeah.
Pepsi, the actual like soda Pepsi?
Yes, they own Frito-Lay.
Okay, true story. My grandmother came home today with a fucking 24 pack of like Pepsi. I guess orange. Like whoever owns Pepsi owns the company with their brand of orange cola or some shit like that.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, they're just giving it away for free. There's like 3 trucks outside. I was
What
like,
is your
really?
grandma doing outside?
Because she just goes outside.
You got-
I don't know what to tell. Like I literally can't tell that woman to do anything. So she just was like,
She's
"Hey,
one
I
of those
got
just
this."
running around out there.
He's
Yeah.
not gonna fight his abuela.
I'm not. But yeah, so I guess today was that day they felt like giving out free shit. I don't drink Pepsi products, so
You're just opposed to it?
not opposed to it, but I wasn't going outside to get like a
Coke
24
is way better than Pepsi. Coke
Yeah.
is
Oh,
way
you
better.
suck.
You
No,
need
it's-
that
oh, you're
fucking burn
true.
right up in here.
True.
Yeah.
True. Coke is way better.
No.
But
it's
yeah,
not.
so maybe that's why they were giving them shits out for free. It was 3 trucks giving out free fucking Pepsi stuff.
You an RC man, Kennedy?
Hell,
What are you?
fuck no.
No, He is in Indiana. No, he's a big red boy.
Big Red, Diet Right. That's 2 Indiana things.
Oh.
I love.
My
Hey,
grandfather
guys.
drank Diet Right. That shit. Ugh.
If you're a Spotify premium user, they're adding a new feature that you could set up, put up a code down, and then let anybody at your, like around your neighborhood or at the parties that you're not allowed to have more than 10 people at, control the
25
soundtrack.
now.
25. Oh my God, you guys are all just going to murder yourselves. But yes, how bad do you think this is an idea? Like if you went to a party and somebody put up a Spotify code where you could just change the song, you feel like this is a bad idea?
I think if they make it work like the touch tone jukeboxes where like it queues up, it won't be bad.
Like it doesn't just skip to the like straight to whatever song.
Have you ever used touch tone before?
Yes, I have. It's been a while.
Well, you know, like if you put the money in there and you select a song, like it puts you next in the queue
or you you
like-
could jump ahead of the queue too if you put enough
if you
money.
pay extra. Yeah.
I think it's
But
best.
I think
Touchstone.
if it does that, it won't be bad.
What's that, class?
I don't know what Touchstone is.
If you ever go to BW3s or something, it has a little jukebox where you could select it, and then there's like, if you want to pay an extra $1, you can have your
Right.
start now.
Okay.
It's just a way
They
of playing.
connect that shit up to your phone now and everything.
That's cool.
Burp.
Class.
Mhm.
Did you ever read Rob Layfield's Prophet?
I have it. I don't know if I ever read it, but I do have like some of the early things. I saw. Tell me about it. Why do you ask, Doc?
Apparently, it's got signed on to become a new movie.
I heard about this.
Mark Guggenheim is going to be tapped to write the script. And Studio 8 is looking to make this a franchise.
Ah.
Okay.
Josh was not a big fan of Guggenheim. But yes, character appeared in Youngblood,
Sometimes.
and I guess it's getting its own run. The story focuses on John Prophet, a DNA-enhanced super soldier placed in the cybernetic. I'm totally screwing this. He's set up to put in a mission only to awaken prematurely in the president's searching for a mission that does not exist.
Hmm. Yeah, I never read it.
That's
It was
Demolition
one of
Man, ain't it?
What's that?
That's the story of Demolition Man.
Correct. Well, they feel like it's a hybrid between Demolition Man and like the Punisher. Which, speaking of the Demolition Man, we're going to get a sequel to that film.
Things we never asked for, but we get.
Well, I guess they're like, we're almost there, so we might as well. Like,
Mine as well.
do you think it's going to be a sequel or a prequel, or have to be a sequel because how old they are?
I think it'd be a sequel, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never read it. It was one of those image titles that came out like maybe a year or two after like some of the like the main titles came out. So by that point, Image, I think, lost a lot of its like shine and luster. Luster? Is that what I'm
Yeah,
looking
that's
for?
a word. That's
Okay.
correct.
That's a word.
As long as I used it correctly. And like at that point, like it was kind of the shine was off on a lot of those titles where it was like, okay, the art is really good, but the storytelling was lacking on a lot of like Image books, overproduced and things of that sort. But they looked beautiful, which I'm an art guy. I'll read books for a certain amount of time just based off of the art alone. But by the time Prophet came out, I was picking them up, but I didn't spend the time like reading it.
I don't think I ever read it, so I'm not even sure what it's like. So it's Rob Liefeld, so who knows?
Right. Lots of pouches, lots of big hair, squinty eyes.
Yeah.
Or that
Little-
face.
Little feet.
Or covered by clouds.
Yes.
So I'm not hating on that. Rob Liefeld, like I bit off of a lot of his style back in the day when I would draw him. So
Boobs way too big for the character.
Big protruding chest.
Yeah. Guns that were oddly shaped. They were just like boxes. They were very, very odd. But I have nothing but love for Rob Liefeld, though.
Liefeld actually,
I like the guy.
He came out and he feels like the next Deadpool may never happen with Marvel. And he said even if they start to go into it, it may take 4 years. And he said, it's too long for another Deadpool movie. Which I don't think so. They're all.
It's weird. Ryan Reynolds was like, we had a good conversation. We're going to move forward and we're going to make it's going to happen. And then this ass was like, the movies, they would come out like 2 years apart and, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
The reason I think it is because I don't think Rob is a part of the Disney version of it.
Yeah.
So he's just pissed off.
Yeah, he's just being bitter. And I'm just like, dude, they're going to cut you a check. You're going to get money. Like you copied off of somebody, like, and nobody cares, and you made money off it. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, why wouldn't? And then you can still charge more when you go to signing things, and yeah, just
he seems like that type of dude, right? Like, you gotta give me $50 because I'm Rob Liefeld.
He seems like he's always on coke. Anytime they do an interview, he's way too just bouncy.
Yeah, he's kind of like one of those like, oh shucks, I made it type of people in comic books.
It's like you can't believe he made it, or
yeah, like you just like you see the way, like, because they talk about the way he drew certain things, and you're just like, this doesn't like why would you draw like this? This makes no goddamn sense. And in my comic book knowledge, I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, he got really lucky with certain things.
Yeah,
he did something in Image.
Well, yeah, he jumped. I think he was at Marvel at the time, and then he jumped with all of them to Image, and they were the bad boys of comics at that point. But he didn't really do too much after probably that 5 or so year run, and that's where Class was alluding to, that Image started to drop until probably early 2000, where they were really starting to allow people to create some good content.
Well, like he took a book like New Mutants that was a fucking failure, essentially, and like made it relevant. Like out of all the X titles, you had like X-Men, you had Uncanny, then they were breaking off later on like the X-Men, like the blue and the gold teams. They had X Factor, which was it kind of was doing this, then Extinction Agenda came out and it tied in New Mutants, Uncanny X-Men, and X Factor. And Rob Liefeld's like art really kind of shined there. I mean, because it was something totally different that people hadn't really seen before. Plus, the story was super cool. And so you had Jim Lee drawing like one arc of it, or one part of it. Then you had like Rob Liefeld doing the other. Then you had some shit artists on X-Force or on X Factor that was just god awful. It looked horrible. But you had this like new, when Lee and Liefeld and like McFarlane like first came around, like they all hit around the same time, that it was so dynamic, it was so different. It was like he hit it at like the right time, and he was on like a book when he made up characters like Cable and Deadpool, which everyone was saying at the time when Deadpool, Domino, and Gideon all came together issue 98, everyone was thinking Gideon was going to be like the hot character. But like he ended up just making these characters and like had a certain style that like at the time it was just like, it was one of those like right place at the right time kind of thing. And I think he kind of rode that wave on that. So I don't know. Maybe
The
I'm
new
wrong.
X-Men line. I mean, I'm just slowly catching up with the Marvel Unlimited app. Do you feel like them? If you haven't read it, they're bringing back old X-Men on the new little world that they're living on, or I have a feeling like that's gonna go bad for them. Like, in essence, it's kind of cloning. But who says there's nothing wrong with these people when they're bringing them back? Class.
I'm sorry, you cut out on that last
Oh,
part.
sorry. I was just saying, like, it just, I have a feeling the direction of the story with the Dawn of X-Men and everything else, with them being able to bring back dead X-Men that they have, that why wouldn't there be something in whatever's bringing them back that's not going to go well?
Yeah, I could see that, like, kind of leading, like, everything looks good, and, like, all these people who are dead before, they're all coming back, and so on and so forth, and everyone's happy, but something's going to turn around, and I could see that being, like, a major arc, like, later on. I like this step, I like where it's going right now with all these titles, or where it had been going. I guess I heard that new comics are going to be start dropping again, printed maybe, or I don't know about printed, but, like, by the end of June, I think we're going to start having physical comics again. Is that true? Have you heard this date?
Yeah, because I know Marvel's held off on even releasing digital versions of the comics. So, yeah.
I've been slipping, man. I haven't picked up books since February, maybe March, maybe the beginning of March. And I haven't, even since then, I showed you my stack last week or 2 weeks ago. I'm still behind, but I haven't been picking up anything digital yet. I'll go back and I'll pick up, like, what I've missed out on. But I guess, like, I don't know if, like, new books have been coming out that have been continuing on. I guess so.
No, Marvel's been put a hold on everything for the last.
Yeah, I think only in DC, right? Because I looked on
Yeah.
DC and I saw titles digitally available for today that came out today.
Yeah, I don't know. The only books, like, I'm really reading with DC right now are, like, I stay true with Batman, but even that, like, I'm a little bit behind on that.
See, I can understand Marvel holding off because they don't want. Because let's say you do the digital routes. Well, then people have already read it. They've already downloaded it. No one is going to buy the actual copy, especially if the story's not good or doesn't hold up. So it's better to just kind of like, all right, now here it is. And then if you like it, you like it. You don't, but we got your money, so it's all good.
Right.
So, yeah.
I agree. Well, so I like where they're going with all this X-Men and Marauders and Excalibur. And X-Force. So yeah, I'm loving all of it. And Marauders is the only thing that, like, I only read, like, the first issue, but I heard that is out of everything is supposed to be, like, one of them. Like, out of those four, it's supposed to be, like, the top-notch one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
We will continue on with movie news as we got really into comic books, and I think we lost Kennedy there. Tim Story is negotiating to reteam with Kevin Hart in the entertainment superhero comedy Night Wolf, written by Detective Pikachu scribes Dan Hernandez and Benji Smeat. Hart's going to star and produce via the Heartbeat production. It's a meet the parents-esque encounter where a man meets his future father-in-law for the first time, only to discover he's secretly the superhero known as Night Wolf. So they're going to be starting production sometime in the near future.
So who's going to be the father-in-law? Denzel Washington?
No, it's probably Tiffany Haddish will be the father-in-law because she's in everything now.
Yeah.
She's even in Solar Opposites, which, unbeknownst to Joshua, is considered Hulu's one of their top original comedies ever on Hulu and was number 2 overall in viewership.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing.
Can I ask you a question? How many of those people how many of those people watched that and they were like, "This is a piece of shit. I'm never watching this again"?
No, they said the numbers actually stayed strong. They didn't drop off like typically they do. I think it might have helped that they released all of them all at the same time instead of doing the typical 3 episodes and because they probably felt like that if you just release the first 3 episodes, people are going to be like, this feels like just a Rick and Morty episode without the Dan Harmon writing to it.
It's basically, that's what it is. It's a Rick and Morty show without the Dan Harmon writing.
Yeah.
Literally, you can tell who's the fucking comedy aspect of that fucking show. But it ain't Justin Roiland.
But the funny part is I've seen a lot of people like on Reddit complaining about how they consider this new season of Rick and Morty bad. And they're like, it's Justin Roiland is the best. I don't know what Dan Harmon. It's not funny. Dan Harmon's not that funny. And I'm just like, okay, Well, if you think Justin Hart
Nah,
Justin is the best, then you may want to go see Solar Opposites and make a decision based upon that. Joshua himself.
By episode 5, that guy stopped trying to sound like Rick and just was like, whatever.
Oh, he did.
And can I ask you a question? Does that guy have like an actual stutter?
Again, you did.
Uh-oh. I think Joshua froze out.
No, I did it. Anyway.
That's called the no sell. You're just like,
Please
That
answer
ain't-
your question.
Does he have a stutter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No, I don't
okay.
know. I think he does. It's either that or it's when he's improvising and he stutters to try to come up with whatever the direction he's going with the.
Anyway, to our listeners, if you like Rick and Morty and you think you want to like try to watch the show, you may not like it because you're not going to get Rick and Morty humor. You're going to get attempted Rick and Morty humor, and it just doesn't work. Especially that second to last episode.
Which
What
one?
the fuck was that about?
Which one? The one with about all the people and everything else?
Yeah.
That was actually a good episode. It took away from the original storytelling to kind of show what was going on in the uprising. Didn't you not feel bad about the little rat that passed away? Spoilers if you haven't seen it.
It wasn't funny. I didn't laugh.
But it was storytelling. You don't always have to laugh at every animated show.
I'm pretty sure Justin's a perv too because he was showing a lot of sexual shit in that show.
It's a way a little more adult than probably Rick and Morty would be. When
Yeah, just because they showed fucking dudes eating butt and titties.
It's a new way.
Seriously, that was the worst.
Kids out there love eating butt.
I mean, don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, John.
Well, you know, I tried it, cat.
I mean,
Ain't that right, Playboy? Ain't right, hermano?
I'll como some culo in a heartbeat, man. I don't give a fuck.
Yo come el culo, cabrón.
Kenny, they are speaking
But yeah,
Spanish and they're talking about eating ass. I don't know if you realize that or not.
Only after a
topic.
shower and if nice hygiene is
I don't give a shit.
happen.
As long as I ain't stinking, I'm Lincoln. But yeah, that show sucks. So moving on.
Speaking of suck, Quibi, which launched right when the epidemic broke out. Jeffrey Katzenberg, who spent a lot of money on it, is blaming the coronavirus pandemic as to why that it hasn't done so well.
Meanwhile, other streaming services have skyrocketed.
Released a little over a month ago, Quibi's only hit 2.9 million downloads. Now, under also stand, they gave a 90-day free trial compared to like Disney and other things, which everyone signed up for it. And 1.75 million of the users joining the app's first week of launch. So they haven't really been keeping up with the content. And he says the whole point of the app was for people to watch things when they're doing other things. And he didn't think about a whole world sitting looking for entertainment that would have to just hold their phone up like this if they wanted anybody else to watch it, which was real entertaining when I was trying to watch, Reno 911 with Stacy, and I'm laughing and the phone is just shaking like that.
For 10 minutes.
Like 4 minutes are an episode of Reno
I think
911.
maybe they're just salty because they put a lot of money into the advertising for it and then got nothing out of it.
Well, they spent a lot of money on some of the content. Like there's already one guy from Comedy Central that is heading over to Quibi, and I'm thinking he's not making the wisest decision.
Quibi could be a good stand-up platform.
They had that.
React.
What's that?
What, TikTok?
They had what was it called? Seesaw? Remember that Doc? That's what I thought.
Seesaw. No,
Seesaw.
Yeah, they had the Harmon Quest and stuff on there.
Yes, Seesaw was like for stand-up comedians and stuff like that to be discovered, and it failed. So.
Well, and then the other thing people are complaining about is you cannot like send this to a television. You can't pull any footage off. So if you like something that you watch and wanted to maybe put it up on Facebook or Instagram, like this is a funny thing, kind of like what TikTok does, there's no way of sharing it. So they're just missing out on people talking about the contents on there. Like how much have you heard about Quibi, like in some of their great shows?
I haven't heard a fucking thing.
I was like, yeah, anybody want to talk? That's fine. I mean, you all can
Catch up with me.
with who?
Doc, turn your porn off in the background, man. Your bandwidth is shit.
What's that? No. The problem is I'm on the wrong router, and if I do it, it's going to just kill everything. So we're going to do what we're going to do.
What?
Say, I'm not on the
Didn't
5.
catch that.
I'm not on the
I'm on
5.
number 3, Joshua. Where you at?
I'm not on the 5G router, so I can't. If I switch it, it's just going to kill everything.
He acting again.
We're going to run.
I'm on 2 still.
You're on number 2? Oh, my Lord.
Kennedy, how's it going, buddy? I'm on number 3, halfway there.
I'm Paquita.
You had to say it in Spanish, so we
Don't talk
knew.
to us in Spanish.
He's drunk.
No,
Un poquito.
not even kinda.
It's un poquito, not un poquita.
Whatever.
With an O. Dr. Martin, where you at, bro?
Still number 1.
He's frozen.
No, I'm still here.
No, he's not.
Still
No.
number 1. Okay.
Sugar,
His video's frozen.
Let me see.
They're number 1.
It's a fucking scene from Liar Liar when Jim Carrey's just saying shit.
So how did the just out of curiosity, I don't have Facebook. Doc, you sent me the last episode that we did of this, the Facebook link. I wasn't able to see it. How did it get some good views, downloads? Like
I'm not sure. I don't know how many we got. I haven't really looked at it.
I'm just busting them out about it right now.
It was
Tell
mostly,
us.
it was mostly Joshua's head at the bottom of the screen. It was pretty much the whole episode. So it was
God, it's so bad, Doc. You don't know, like,
I can't switch it or we lose everything.
We don't want to do
we
that.
are all talking to each other just fine. You're the fucking loser.
Yeah.
Well, if I disconnect, what's going to happen to you guys?
Do you not
We're
have
fucked.
Spectrum available at your house?
I do have Spectrum. What are you talking about? All right, here we go. I'm going to switch it, and then we're just going to go bye-bye for a little bit then.
The next,
Technical difficulties
the
have
next
ruined this
time you-
episode.
I'm telling you, the next time you have money, we're buying you a new router and modem.
And now we're switching it, so we're reconnecting and disconnecting, and we'll see how this goes. We'll have to. I know everyone is locked up, so let me switch it to me. I don't know why it's on there. So we'll have to wait and see, and when we get back up,
Well, the fucking owner of Frakkin Nerds can't say shit.
All right. So
But I'm saying, I'm trying to do a plug for
In Dragon Sound.
Dragon Sound. Yes. You know what? I'm finding me a Dragon Sound t-shirt. There he is. Look at Dr. Martin down at the bottom. He's like below me now.
see, I told you,
Yeah.
I just went ahead and switched it to the Wi-Fi.
So we
now-
good?
Yeah, we're good now.
We're still recording?
Since
I
Kennedy,
swear to you,
yeah.
Doc, if you fucking use your laptop, it would not be doing this as bad. Mac sucks.
It's just a Wi-Fi.
What are you talking about? I'm using an iPad.
I'm using a
Yeah.
MacBook. I have no problem.
So I will not swear to anything Apple except for their iPad. They have fucking perfected the tablet. I will give them that. But as for their hardware technology, you know how shitty they are? When I studied for my A+, they got like this much of the fucking test. Like,
And they get this much of the profits.
no, not as much as you would think. They literally tell us in the test, they say, yes, one of the big things that, Apple talks about is that they don't get viruses as much. And the reason is the market share. They don't have it. People who write viruses don't give a fuck about Mac users because they're going to go for PC because it's the main fucking one. It's got the whole entire market share, and that's what they're going to try to go after is what has market share. So,
Okay. All right.
Well, guys, in
I'm,
video,
I'm not saying they use Macs for production and shit like that, but when it comes to business, when
Yeah,
it comes
business.
to personal, PC is.
Mm.
Although, believe it or not, Linux is fucking taking over.
all right, we're gonna have to stop you. I don't know what you're doing. We had to mute Kennedy because he was just going on and on and on. And I've got other things to talk about. I'm gonna unmute you though.
Talk about sports. I don't remember that when you fuckers talk about sports ball. I'm gonna come over your house and punch you in
Sports
the dick.
ball.
There is
I'm
no
fucking
sports
up.
ball. There's only like South Korean baseball going on right now. There's nothing.
Yes, and they suck.
Yes. Hey, if you're looking for some graphic novels to read, a San Francisco-based comic retailer, Comic Experience, is doing a graphic novel of the month club Some of the titles are going to be like Preacher, a lot of Neil Gaiman books. So if you're wanting to get, and really this feels like Kennedy. If Kennedy wanted to, like, I really want to get into reading comics, I feel like this is a good starting point from him. Majority of us on here, it's stuff we've already read, like The Dark Knight Returns, Marvels.
I like graphic novels better than I like comic books. I'll say that. I liked the
They're the same thing. They just put in a book like that.
I don't
you
know.
Like the collected version though, Kennedy?
Yeah, I don't like fucking up 5 pages done. Like when I bought the ones that you told me to buy, Doc.
Deadly Class.
Deadly Class. I like those because they're fucking books, man. They're.
Well, I was telling you to get trades. I wasn't telling you to start a comic book collection because that gets real expensive real quick.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Do you collect anything, Kennedy? Are you a collector of anything?
Babies right now.
Yeah. That'll break any collection right there.
That's the most expensive collection.
I got kids.
You're in that collection for 18 years at least, son.
The only thing I collect is vintage video game stuff. I have like 6 fucking Nintendos too.
So with that being said, if you have that and you prefer probably cartridges, you could easily get like a what do they call Raspberry Pi? Almost a Blueberry Pi. You get a Raspberry Pi and have one little device that has all that shit. But being a collector, it's kind of the same thing with comics. It's like, if you're a comic collector, then it's like I have fucking 20-some like short boxes. I used to have a bunch of long boxes, but I prefer the look at the short boxes. But dude, it takes up room and it's fucking. So I understand where you're coming from. I like the look of vintage. I have some old NES games and shit like that. But given the opportunity, if I had a Raspberry Pi and I could buy get fucking 500, 600, 800, 10,000 games, whatever, on one little device, I'd go that route. So
right.
I feel you as far as that goes. As far as like a wanting to dig the media of the medium of it, but not necessarily like wanting to get into the collection of it. So
right.
I see.
So I was looking into it, and I can get, because my big thing about jumping in right now, and this may sound weird, but I feel like I'm too far behind.
Of
you know what I mean? Of everything. Like I feel like I don't fucking know the history of everything.
You don't.
You don't need to.
You guys always say, I know you guys always say that it starts over. But I did find a thing the other day. I have to save up the money for it, but for like $100 or something like that, they have this like fucking thick book that had like I don't know how many volumes of comics in it to catch you up on a lot of
this stuff. Thick isn't every comic book to catch you up.
It's for individual characters. It's not like fucking the entire universe.
You don't have to start off at the original story. You can that's the beauty of comic books. Class can give me like a fucking issue 30 or something, and I'll read it like, oh my god, this is really good. Then I'm gonna be like, well, I want to start off at issue number 1 and get up to 30. So you don't need to know that. That's the beauty of comic books. You can start off at any point, and then you're gonna be like, well, I want to know about this character. I want to know more, and then you're gonna find out. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just bothers me when I'm watching or listening or reading something.
All right, then
they'll make a reference. They'll make a reference to something, and I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So.
Yeah.
The great thing is if they make. Are you talking about like other medias like making references, or in the comic?
Like if in the comic they're like, well, we did this, and it's like, what the fuck did you do? And
I will tell you what they do. At the little bottom, it'll say, check issue number, blah blah blah, reference, so that you can go back, find that. Now, not every comic does that, but majority of will tell you, oh, this is why this is.
And for the most part, a lot of books don't say like when you're reading like a new Teen Titans, they won't be like, well, like 3 months ago, we just beat up fucking Mr. Mirror over here, or whatever the guy's name is. Like, they don't reference a lot of that kind of callback. Or if you want to be like, I don't know what you read, it may not necessarily, it may say how the team got together, but there's a very good resource on YouTube, and it's called Comic Books Explained. Is that what it's called, Doc? You know what I'm talking about? The dude with the
fat guy,
big fat dude that like just and it's very, very good. Where he'll go and he breaks down characters, he breaks down story arcs, he breaks down entire runs, and some of them are like an hour, some of them are 10 minutes, some of them are fucking 3 hours,
fucking 8 hours.
They are very long, and he will talk about the entire. And he gives, if they make a reference, he'll go back and reference that old reference. So it's something kind of cool. If there's something, say like you didn't know anything about like the Infinity War, and you wanted to hear about it, he'll talk about all the Infinity War, like page by page, panel by panel on this whole series. But then if they reference something else, he'll even fucking go as far back as like those old references. So me, that's a good resource, I think. I wouldn't.
To me, he's that's if you want to do like you want something explained to you throughout the whole thing. So like he takes the fun out of it, in my opinion.
Okay.
So it's like if you want to know about this story arc, he's gonna tell you everything about that story arc, what happened. So it really doesn't make any fun to go and actually read it. Another good person, like if James, if you wanted to know about Lobo, it's called Variant Comics. They're like on YouTube too, Variant, and he does the origins and simplifies it. But he'll tell you, read this. Oh,
that's cool.
Read that. Read that. He'll give you suggestions on what to read about the character when he gives you the origin. So that's something I would suggest you do if you ever want to like venture off and find something out when you read a comic book too.
And then the other thing I'd recommend is doing like Marvel Unlimited or the DC Unlimited apps. That's going to give you a bunch of those comics. Or if you've got a library card, Hoopla has a bunch of Image, DC, Marvel, and other indies. Don't waste your money on a $100 hardback of comics because you don't know if there's many old issues I can't get into because the art style. And Jesus Christ, Stan Lee has to feel like he has to put every word on a page, so there's a lot of reading in some of those older.
I enjoyed that though. When I was reading the Infinity Gauntlet, I was telling Brian, I was like, man, back in the day, these writers, you know, it was very descriptive, and you saw like in one panel, fucking Spider-Man jumps on the branch, jumps to another branch. I was like, I really enjoyed that. That was really cool.
No, I'm talking about like how much dialogue Stan Lee would put into some of the old comics.
Chris Claremont was fucking like notorious for that.
Bendis did that too with fucking Powers. Oh man, the dialogue for that was just fucking 2 pages was the same person talking.
I know and then you also, I mean, again, and then art's going to throw you off. Like there's been some good stories, but the art may not be your cup of tea. So I would just I
do like the grittier art styles like The Boys and Sin City.
You're more of a Garth Ennis kind of fan, so you should read Preacher if you've not read all.
Would you the art style? You consider the art style in The Boys gritty? I don't
look at read Southern Bastard.
Violent.
Yeah, that's gritty.
Look, it's a very good buying that one.
Okay, it's a very good. It's well written by Jason Aaron. I forgot the guy's name is Jason Lamore. I think is the guy's name who does the art. It's very, very gritty. And when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know if I can get into this because I'm a big art guy. Dude, one of the best stories I've ever read. I've only gotten through like maybe – the first arc, yeah. It kind of falls off a little bit. Another good thing – it really does fall off. Another really good thing, it's called East of West. The first I can only speak for like the first 25 issues. Very well done. Art is beautiful. And the storyline, it's a huge world. And so there's a lot of, if you like something like Game of Thrones that has all these little storylines that tie in together to like a whole, it's.
Which one are you talking about?
East of West.
Oh, East of West, yes.
Very well done.
I got to step out for a second and help with the baby. I'll be right back.
We bored him with the comic book shit.
I know.
No, I was into it. But I just got called to help with the baby.
All righty. He's got a baby, guys. That's why he can't play video games very often. That's got to be John.
He drove away. Did you just hear him? He's up in the car and fucking bounced.
Well, news has come out that Mike Tyson apparently wants to make his own Punch-Out game.
Fuck yes.
They don't know if it's going to be. They don't know if it's going to be tied in with Nintendo or not. But
I mean, if Nintendo's smart, they jump on this because I was saying from the get-go that if they would have just let the licensing, let him get his money, they would have been that would have been the most downloadable fucking game on Switch, Wii U, all those fucking platforms.
Tyson says they're going to be starting their own Punch-Out game on our own Tyson Ranch Punch-Out computer game, and they're going to be bringing it back to life. They're wondering if it more and be in the style of kind of the Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. Anybody play that? Like, I don't think
I don't think I've ever played Shaq Fu. Period.
I don't think so either. Like, there's nothing that interests me.
I was a very poor kid. Couldn't afford video games.
I was middle class, and I'm not going to waste my money on a Shaq Fu game.
I think that's what my mother said too. We're middle class. We're not spending money on Shaq Fu games.
Oh, now you moved up to middle class? How did you do that? You just said you're a poor kid. Now apparently
no.
so bad for you, but not anymore. Middle class kid.
Middle class in the Bronx is really poor to white people. So.
Oh, now it's a white people thing. It's like teabagging in video games.
That's just a white boy shit.
Will you throw that up on Twitter? Throw that up on Twitter and say, "Hey, is this a white boy shit thing?"
When I do notice that like that is kind of a weird thing. You see like white dudes getting drunk, man, and they immediately start going gay. So
it's the truth.
I'm half white, so I can say this. I can get away with this. I'm half white, so I'm allowed to say this.
Do you remember what Dave Chappelle said, right?
Yeah.
In his stand-up
Yes.
He was like, it's only white people that do shit, because if it happened to a black person, they'd kill a motherfucker. Like, why do you want to kill him? I fell asleep, right? And you know what? I don't want to tell you, but I just need that motherfucker. I don't want to kill him. It's true. Like,
I've seen some flamboyant fucking Latinos, so it's like, and I know. I'm just saying. I'm like and I'm half Spanish. I can say that too.
Yeah,
I can get away with this shit.
I laugh because every time I tell my friends, oh, I like the Jackass movies, and all of them are black, like, we don't watch that gay shit. And I was like,
I can see that.
And I'm like, it's not gay. It's funny. They're like, nah, we don't want to watch the guy.
There are some gay stuff that goes on in those Jackass movies.
But you still watch it, and it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Knockout, really?
Yeah.
The best game. The best. That's my favorite fucking.
God.
Favorite fucking video
Mike
game
Tyson
of all time.
was literally in fucking Chris's face, giving him like an uppercut.
He was.
Uppercut.
Speaking of like Nintendo Entertainment game, you can get a version of Kevin Smith's new game, Jay and Silent Bob, Mall Brawl, either for the Switch or for the PC. And it's supposed to be coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One soon.
I'm gonna pull this up.
$14.99 is how much it is.
It was $14.99.
It's like a side scroller. It looks like bad dudes, kind of like.
No.
Like
I saw it because I got confused because they said it was coming out. I thought it was the other game. The smoking
for
bomb.
an indie game's not bad.
Yeah, there is another game that they're working on that looks a little different than that. That's more of an 8-bit based around the Mallrats franchise. The other one just seems like they're running through.
Does it look like the old Beavis and Butthead video game? You remember that?
No, I don't.
No, it doesn't.
I don't remember that.
Just like one of those.
That shit was hard.
Yeah,
Side-scrolling.
it was.
What, the Beavis and Butthead game?
Yeah, that shit was hard.
As hard as E.T. or Jason or Rambo or any of those games.
E.T. for Atari?
Yeah, for the Atari.
That was like never ending. That was like the worst game of all time rated, right?
Considered one.
Yeah, that's what the angry video game nerd said.
Look how weird Josh's thing looks. It looks like you don't even see him drinking the beer.
Like it's an illusion.
Watch this.
Hold on.
I'm going to disappear. Watch.
Damn. Here, I'm going to make this beer disappear. Watch.
Well, now
You know what? Now that I'm about right here left on this beer, right?
Chug.
And,
chug.
It's starting to taste like hams at this point.
Oh, God.
Three gone. I have some Miller Lights in there.
It's 24 ounces, man.
Well, as we get closer to the end of the show, and apparently I'm losing control of this show anyway, a few things to quickly talk about. News up on Twitter is saying that Robert Pattinson is not working out and doesn't feel like he really needs to work out for the upcoming Batman role. Joshua, what do you feel about this?
He's just not built to be an actor, man. He doesn't know what superhero movies are about, bro.
That motherfucker looks like Robin.
I don't.
He doesn't look like Batman.
But which Robin is he looking?
He looks like a fucking young fucking Tim Drake.
Yeah, Tim Drake. That's how I was thinking. Like just a tall, skinny, lanky guy.
Not Jason Todd. Yeah,
No.
like he looks like he doesn't look
Jamie.
like.
Jamie's a little short guy.
Yeah. That's what he looks like. That's
Damien's Filipino.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. He does not look like a Bruce Wayne. I thought it was weird. Even if it's early on, like very early Bruce Wayne. I say what you will. A lot of people didn't like Ben Affleck. I thought Ben Affleck was a great Bruce Wayne. And I think whenever it comes to playing Batman, the key is to be a great Bruce Wayne. Because anyone can put the shit on and look great.
Even about shooting people.
Ben Affleck wanted to be Batman. He loved that role. Like he put his heart into it.
Yeah.
But he was
That's why Val Kilmer sucked so bad.
He was dreaming of shooting people. That's not Batman.
Look at early Batman. Batman used to have guns.
Yeah,
Batman used to carry a gun back in the day.
What is
He had
it?
a bat cannon.
Yeah, you got a back cannon.
I did see an article about Robert Pattinson's one that they're saying that it's more raw and like
What does that even mean?
Unsanitized. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't need that, right?
It's so unfiltered. This is
Yeah, they said
real
somebody
Batman.
did. They commented on there and said, "Yeah, because America wants raw, unsanitized bat right now."
Right.
Also, if you're into Kickstarter, the biggest news coming out was Todd McFarlane did a Kickstarter for the original Spawn action figure remastered. I know
I didn't get mine, Doc, but you did.
I got mine. Oh boy, and it wasn't cheap either. Like to get one figure was $40, and I was just like, if I went somewhere and got this sign, how much would I pay for it? And I went ahead and got the sign because it would have been, in essence, the same cost.
Did you go with you went with the signed one?
Yes, I went with the signed one.
Nice.
Because you figured
good move, man.
Good
move. I slipped, man. I didn't get it. I'm so glad you got it. I'm so glad you got it.
I figured if I actually went to a convention that had Todd McFarlane, I'm going to pay $40 or more to get an autograph.
Mm-hmm.
So
Easy.
it's like,
Easy.
yeah. So hopefully there's more cool stuff with this, but yeah.
Chris, they just came out with a new bottle for Angel's Envy.
For what? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
The bourbon that they make downtown.
Oh, really? Did they really?
Yeah. So usually a normal bottle is 51. A bottle of the rye is 99.
Jesus.
This new one is cask strength port. It's $1,000 a bottle.
Why? What is the?
You know how many Spawn figures you could get with that? Fuck that. You can get all 3 of those Spawn figures and still have money
all
left over.
side too.
Yeah.
Doc, can I give you the title of the show today?
Yes, go ahead. What would be the title?
Doc loses control.
Doc never had control.
No, never really have control of the show.
This is the best episode ever.
Let's see.
Drink every episode.
I'm trying to think what other things we have to talk about.
I've got something if you don't have anything right this
Please
second.
don't talk about that band you follow.
It's not fucking. So for the nerds that listen to the show who are into D&D, Hero Forge finally finished their Kickstarter. Their Kickstarter goal was like 42,000 or something like that, and they fucking got over $1 million.
Jesus.
Yeah, it blew up, but it is now
3 million.
They are now coming out, and they should be home. Like I think the last tracking I got was that should be here next week. So if I have it in time for the next show, I'll show it off. But they are doing full color miniatures now for D&D. Like no more painting, no more of that bullshit. You just literally print out what you want. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
From like their site, like it'll just automatically send you a colored version of it.
No, it's not. You have to pay for it. It's like $45 a miniature, but I mean, for cost of miniatures, that's not bad. Especially since it's completely colored. You don't have to paint it at all. You don't have to do any of that. You literally just put it in your character. They have the ultimate design. Go there sometime, heroforge.com, and check it out, dude. You can make any fucking character you want. And like I made my bard, and he's actually holding a bottle of whiskey and pouring it into a glass. And like you can design every little color on it. They did a really good job. They spent the money from the Kickstarter very, very well.
Nice. So yeah, if you're a D&D fan and you need to get a miniature, go ahead and go
Check
buy
out
some.
Hero Forge.
Yeah, Hero Forge. Well then, let's wrap it up. Joshua, how can they learn more about you?
Wait, you didn't ask me what I learned today.
Oh yeah, what did you learn today?
You know what I learned this week, Doc? You want to know? You really want to know?
I do. I skipped the answer completely, but yes, please let me know.
I learned that if you're a content creator, you get beat in a game you like playing, you get very sensitive. And you start taking out on people.
Who was doing that?
One of the dudes who do Marvel Strike Force. Marvel Strike Force implemented a player versus player live PvP.
Oh.
And he got beat. And then he was like, I'm not playing anybody unless they want to pay me $10.
So you have to pay him to play him now?
But his reasonings are kind of justified. But I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro, it's not that serious. Like, take it easy.
Lord.
So I learned that this week. So
I think Ramsey has joined the show, so that's good to know. Ramsey, how are you doing? Didn't Ramsey die just recently? Like this?
He did in the ring. In the ring.
Good Lord.
Against Juventud Guerrera.
Was Conan there?
Oh shit! It was Juventud and
Juventud and Silver King were having a match, and I watched Nacho the other day, and so I had to wear it.
So what the fuck? Like you couldn't get a background, so you said, "Fuck it, I'll wear a mask."
I'm making my own background, so.
Oh shit! I'm Mexican.
Oh man.
Oh.
Class, what'd you learn this week?
What did I learn? I learned that doing Frakkin Nerds is always fun, but after you have 4 beers, it's even more fun. So I'm going to start making that a habit, but it also gets Doc off the rails. So sorry.
Your pro made a show around this.
No, but nobody was getting shit-faced on that show.
On what show?
On what is Drunken, whatever the fuck it is.
What are you talking about?
What was Jason's show? Show, Drunken.
Oh, yeah, Simply Drunk?
Simply Drunk. Nobody got simply drunk on that show.
I mean, he would have a few beers. I didn't. I'd have like one, but I'm running the program. So if you get totally and then shit falls apart, it's really hard to fix a problem. I think Ronnie, she always had enough marijuana. She always fell asleep in the middle of the production. But
maybe that's the next thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything.
Oh, we got to get high watching like bad movies or fucking Midnight Gospel.
I would much rather smoke than drink. Like I'm not a big drinker. I mean, this is the first time I've had 4 beers in like probably a year. But
really?
Yeah, I don't drink very often, but I'd much rather smoke. So it's like I'm either like I'm waiting on something. Either I'm gonna get a job and I have to pass a piss test, and once I do that, then I'll be okay. Or I don't get the job and then I get to smoke.
Are you trying for another job?
I don't think any of my coworkers listen. So yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean,
it was just, why would you say that unless you're trying to get a job?
Yeah, I mean, I am. It's kind of mixing both design and healthcare together, actually. So
you just trying to get out of healthcare.
Are you trying to get a home designer?
No, it'd be for a pretty large company. So it'd be So
they need an IT guy. Let me know.
I'll holler at you, buddy.
Would you be staying local or moving out?
It'd be Louisville.
Oh, there you go. Nice. All right. Joshua will be moving down here soon. We're waiting on that.
I'm waiting for that to happen.
Bring your grandmother.
We'll be roommates.
Just bring your grandmother down.
She doesn't want it. She doesn't like. She's not trying to move like anywhere. So
hey, Grandma, we got horses here.
I tell my grandma just go.
I got horses in my backyard.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Kennedy, we already figured out what you learned. I'm trying to think what I learned. No, he was talking about the Hero Forge.
Yeah.
He learned that he's having another son. That's what he learned this week.
Well, he already knew that. He just didn't know the specs of it until this week.
That's what I just said. He learned that he was having a son this week.
I was really hoping he was going to name him Eric. I was like, come on, Kennedy, come on. But nope.
Maybe they could make him Eric as the middle name.
Okay, so this may make me sound horrible. You're talking about Magneto, right? That's it. Magneto.
Yes.
Okay.
Holy shit, you don't know dick about comic books.
What is it? You don't know fuck about? You don't know shit about fuck? Is that what?
Yeah, I don't know shit about fuck.
But that's about comics. If Kennedy started talking D&D, I'd be like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you give me D&D or video games, I'm fucking good. But
because the reason I would say Eric, because Magneto is just way too. That no kid's going by Magneto unless his dad is Elon Musk.
Fucking millionaire.
So, yeah. So,
hold on, let me see if I can get permission to tell you the names that we're considering.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, so the 2 names that we've considered right now are Maximus and then James.
As the first names or middle names?
Middle names. Alexander's first name.
So give him Alexander Magnus. That's
no,
Magnus.
Yes. Xavier's name is Magnus, you jackass.
Oh.
Maximus.
No, I think that's way too long of a name.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said it's too many syllables.
I think Alexander James sounds good.
Alexander Maximus
Brandy likes Alexander James too.
I mean, it's Alexander James sounds like he's going to shoot some Secretary of the State kind of in a duel.
His son's going to be like walking off the field and saying, "Who the fuck are you? My name is Alexander Maximus Kennedy."
So my name is James. My dad's name is James. My grandfather's name is James, and my great grandfather's name is James. So.
Then that's a given. You got to go with it.
Give him James. Yeah, James. Fuck it.
I just hate the name because it's so common. That's why I go by Kennedy.
Yeah, but James is the middle name, and you're not going to be using that. He's going to be Alex.
We're calling him Xander.
With Matt's daughter, but every female in that family has Elizabeth as the middle name. So
Really?
So it's a family thing. So go ahead, go with it.
My sister Elizabeth has the same middle name as my mom. I think so. Yeah.
Right,
so
Kennedy? Because if there's one thing we know, we don't fuck with tradition, right?
Right.
Who doesn't? The Hispanic people?
It's a letter Kenny joke, fuckface.
Oh.
Man, I am just now like catching a good buzz on this fourth beer, and we're about to end the show. Like,
You're gonna
let's go on for like another hour.
Pitter
Like,
patter,
God.
class. Pitter patter.
Was there any other news we missed from this week? It was a quiet week. I mean, things are slowly
You
opening.
wanted to say something about the Tony Hawk thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, we talked about it last week. Only one other person was on the show with me. The other person didn't act like he knew we were doing a show, and the other one.
Fuck you. I didn't.
I had to work last week. So let's see. Next Wednesday. Okay. Next week I work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Class
Next Tuesday.
check his calendar.
Yeah, my Mr. Rogers calendar keeps me in check.
Would Monday be good for you then, class?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because now I'm off Mondays and Tuesdays now, so we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Why are you catering to class? You cater to me.
You're off work.
I was trying to go back at the end of the month, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think I'm going back next week. I have no fucking choice, man. I've still got no stimulus, no unemployment, no tax check, no.
You haven't gotten your stimulus check yet?
No, and there's no number to call. You can't call anybody and figure anything out. So.
I've already got mine and fucking blown mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, get you bought a Spawn figure.
I didn't do that, man.
I know that you were supposed to do.
I've
I know.
Some Taskmaster shards.
I don't want to touch all the packages, but I don't have a choice now. I think.
I've been
Watch,
touching.
the first day he starts work is when he gets his stimulus check.
It'll all just fucking. He'll open up the mailbox and it'll just fucking flood in. Oh shit! I almost blew the whole thing.
Okay, so I've done the math, and if all of my shit hits at the exact same time, like I'm gonna be balling like I was back in trucker days.
Shot call.
Oh,
there
shit.
you go.
remember Trucker Kennedy.
So I got a thing from them the other day. I think they wanted to fucking drag me back into it because they were like, you only worked with us from January to March and you made $50,000. And I was like, fuck you, bitch.
Jesus!
Christ.
Are you serious to drive?
Yeah.
Were you hauling drugs?
No. Refrigerated loads, man. Fucking
Yeah, but like you made 50.
Bodies were there bodies in that refrigerator? What the fuck?
Yo, class, you want to know how ball?
That was bring home, Doc.
Oh, wow.
This is how balling he was, right? He went to get a tattoo, and the motherfucker just casually was like, "Hey, you guys all want to get tattooed? My treat?" And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Class,
why would you ever?
Why
would you quit?
It was at least $2,500.
He had a baby.
He had a baby on the way.
A truck has plenty of room for a fucking car seat. Put it in your bag and haul them around. You had a fucking whole like trailer behind you. Fucking have a whole litter of them. Jesus. Why would you do that?
Yeah, nobody realizes how much truck drivers make, dude.
We really miss Trucker Kennedy because he was like the financer for everything.
Jesus Christ. Kennedy could have sponsored the show. This show is brought to you by Kennedy. Wow,
Yeah.
man.
I totally miss it, but you know what? I wouldn't trade a dime of it for my son. Like,
Well, we're not asking you to fucking like pick a truck or your kid, but like, dude, if you make that now, were you away from home like every night?
oh yeah, I didn't come home for months at a time.
Dude, let the kids get older. You're gonna take that job back because you're gonna be like, oh my god, dude. No lie, I used to have a fucking afro. I pulled my hair out ever since having a kid. Okay, I'm telling you,
that's why I'm getting my IT degree. Is I'll make the same amount of money. It'll happen.
No, there you go. That's smart, man. Speaking of kids, shout out to my daughter Annabelle. Happy birthday! Tomorrow she's 13. So that's why I was late because I had to go over to her mom's house and like we were doing fucking spaghetti and cake. So
spaghetti and cake. Everybody loves spaghetti.
That's the name of the show this week. Spaghetti and cake.
Yeah, spaghetti and cake.
That reminds me of fucking Cartoon Network and Too Many Cooks.
Oh yeah.
I forgot how much I like drinking.
You should have came down to Concave with us.
Drinking every week now, Doc. It's happening.
I'm all fucking red faced and shit.
But yeah, you need to schedule yourself off for Concave for next year because
I will.
So Josh was carrying a huge purse of alcohol everywhere we go.
Yeah.
And the thing is like they have alcohol for us, and then we still had to go buy more alcohol. And
Well,
then
they
they
have shitty alcohol.
and then they have food for
No.
us, but we still all have to go out to eat, and that's a whole adventure.
No. I will say this: for concave, you get what you pay for and then some. The thing is, though, I want to get alcohol right near me because I went and I was like, "Hey, can I get 2 beers?" They're like, "No, only 1 beer per person." So
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
break
"I
it
can't."
and then get back in line.
Yeah,
You're like,
I don't wanna
motherfucker,
do
I
that.
got 2 hands.
I
What
got
the
2
fuck?
hands. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a cooler, and we got a cooler with a nice little pouch, and it worked perfectly. I was literally shit faced the whole entire weekend.
Yeah, I've
so.
still got that
If
cooler
we-
at my house.
If we definitely do it next year, I'm gonna get one of the little remote control coolers, so we just drive it around. So Josh, we didn't have to worry about that.
Nice.
We'll just-
That's
Bro,
good
I,
thinking.
I
No,
hope
that
class
cooler
is
that he
a
bought
go.
last time is really fucking good, dude. Like,
Yeah.
All right, fine, fuck. I won't spend any money on you fuckers. Fuck.
he spent money. He bought a good one.
All right, bought a purse.
I was gonna buy. You know what the funny thing? Thanks to James is the reason why I got it. Because James was like, no, get this one. It's more durable. I'm like, fuck it. So
Is it one of
And
those that like you could ride around on a fucking cart and like?
no,
one
it's
of
like a
those?
big. It's a
It's a
bag.
Oh, the
fucking
one I'm
bag.
thinking of getting.
The one you're talking about, Doc, right? It's
I'm
like
getting
that?
it's got like a Bluetooth, and it's got like it holds 30-something cans of alcohol, and it's got a remote control, and
And
yeah.
then Kennedy can make apple pie again because I love apple pie. I
You like
dream
the
about
painful
apple
piss,
pie.
dude, didn't you?
Yeah, painful piss was good too.
Like legit apple pie or like apple pie fucking
The liquor,
The
like-
liquor.
Okay.
yeah, like moonshine.
That shit was
Moonshine.
delicious.
Yeah.
It
That
was.
should
It,
have hurt you, man.
it goes down smooth, and then also
Yeah.
you have to
could
bring your
taste it.
Ramsey mask too if you come down too.
I will.
We all
I
wear.
have to dress up like fucking Ricky this year.
Oh yeah.
Trailer Park Boy.
So then, what would class be?
He could be Mr.
Uh,
Lady.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Mr.
We
Lady.
got to dress class up as lady because he has no hair.
Yeah,
It's got to have it.
True.
Who is this?
Oh my.
that's a character on a show called Trailer Park Boys.
And what's his name?
Mr. Leahy.
Leahy. Oh, what if we did Blue Leahy?
Now, just do regular Leahy.
Why did the class go watch Trailer Park Boys for a few seasons and then
People like, hey man, no fucking, I'm not gay. That's what he's gonna
That
say.
guy? Wow. Okay.
hey Randy, I'm mowing the air, Randy.
Hey Randy Boo Baby.
Or you can be Randy. Just take the shirt off.
No, he doesn't have the hair from Randy.
I'm not
Randy's
afraid to walk
bald,
around
too,
without
isn't
a shirt.
He's got to have the belly for Randy. You don't have the
No,
Yeah,
he
he's not
doesn't
that
have
fat.
the belly. He needs that extended belly.
If I keep this up, like ever since I moved out, I haven't been working out. Oh,
Have you been eating
I should be doing the
cheeseburgers?
opposite. What's
Have
that?
you eaten cheeseburgers?
I mean, not really. Like I've been trying to eat pretty good, but man, I'm falling off. Like when I should be getting in shape, I'm totally not getting in shape. So
Been eating any kitty patties?
no, just fucking no, not at all. Beating my dick like it owes me money. That's it.
There you go. All right. Well, then let's start off. Kennedy, how can they learn more about you?
All right. My big thing is facebook.com/Zenshi89. I'm also on TikTok at Zenshi89.
You're on TikTok?
Yeah. So I'm also on Xbox as Nerd Space Kennedy. And the big thing that I've tackled right now is I am now the social media manager for a band called SWP. I'm going to be on there a lot.
No, you're not. There's no way. I don't
SWV?
anything.
Yeah, I'm already on there a lot. I'm the social media manager for SWP, which used to be,
Okay.
yeah, it used to be Sweet Whiskey Pussy, but their PR agent said that that was not approved. So they are now Saint Whiskey Prophecies. So really good band. I've been following them since they were a previous band called 16 Bones. Really believe in their music. It's just really good stuff. The guy's an ex-Marine, and the other guys have been in the business for like 20, 30 years. So
16 Bones was a better name.
That's a good name.
Well, 16 Bones was a different kind of band. This SWP is more of a metal band, whereas 16 Bones was an all-acoustic metal band.
Oh,
So,
okay. But the
yeah.
name still could have stayed the same.
Well, different members completely. Except for
Oh,
the singer,
okay.
so,
All right. that
What
makes
does the 16 bones represent?
I don't know. It's just called 16 Bones.
You need to do some research and
I do some research about the band that we're not promoting anymore, but okay.
I thought he was talking about SWV.
Oh, Sisters with Voices. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you remember that? That's what I thought he said. I was like, wait, I think that name's taken. It's not. My bad.
You can tell from the hood.
Class, how can we find more about you? I'm sorry, are you done, Kennedy? Or
Yeah, I'm done. That was me. That's my pitch.
all right, Class.
Chris Class BRH on Instagram and Twitter. My shit's on private on Instagram though, so it's like you send me a request, I probably won't accept it.
Where Josh's nutsack is.
Why it's on private? Like, what are you hiding on there? You're not hiding anything that's like, oh my god, I can't believe Chris put that on there.
Bro,
I don't know.
He's just keeping private, bro. That's how you have to do it.
If you get accepted in there, you're part of a very select few. So
I'm one of those. Joshua, Kennedy, are you one of those?
Are you on Instagram, Kennedy?
Kennedy doesn't
I
have
am
Instagram.
not.
Nah, you see, if he was though, he would get it. He would get
I
it.
just recently started Twitter, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you suck at it.
I don't know. I thought that post was funny with fucking Corey Taylor looking like Joe Exotic. Whatever.
You know what? Whatever it is, I don't even know what it is, but
Well, good for commenting.
I'm gonna retweet it right now.
Oh God.
How can we learn about you?
I'm done. Oh yeah, and back row hecklers. Yeah.
Oh, that
I was
podcast.
gonna handle that. Yeah.
All right. You take care of that one, Joshua.
Yeah, thank
got
you.
that.
Doc, do you want to ask me something?
No, I don't know. I feel like this is a setup. What am I?
No,
supposed to do?
just to say, hey, how do they reach you, Joshua?
I just did, and then Class was freaking out. So, Joshua, I can find more information about you.
Well, like I always do, if you want to see me tweet about movies and stuff that I'm watching, you can follow me on Twitter at Green Eyed Bebop. And if you want to see me post pictures of random stuff on Instagram, it's Green Eyed Bebop. And if you want to hear me and the inebriated gentleman that's on this podcast as well, holding up all those goddamn Dos Equis fucking beer bottles.
Hold on. I got to finish this off for we.
Yeah, do that anyway.
I've had the equivalent of Ocho Equis is what I've had tonight.
Ocho Equis. But yeah, if you want to hear me and Class talk about wrestling with two other gentlemen that are awesome, just listen to the Back Row Hecklers podcast.
We haven't done one in a while. We need to.
We
Actually,
will.
we did one like a week ago, and I just haven't posted it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that one.
I thought they already had a guy who was that bad also that you all got rid of. So,
I know.
what changes have been made?
Nobody got rid of anybody.
No, I just ended up like
I
fucking
thought
dragging
Class
my.
is now in charge of making. sure-
Yeah, and I've been pretty good about it, but it's like
There's a fucking.
it wasn't that. I don't know. It was. It wasn't up to par with how it should have been, but I'll put it on there. Yeah, I mean, it's like I like only putting out quality, and it's like it was okay.
Was the conversation not great? Oh, so
it was good. It was good. I just honestly, I've been working. I've been dragging ass, and it's just like most of the time I do it the same night. But it was.
You guys ran out of games to play, and that was the issue.
Oh no, we did a watch along. We actually did another watch along, and so it's all on me. I've been dragging ass. So.
All right.
It's missing the star, me.
Oh,
We
you
didn't
went
have
on
Joshua
there?
there.
Nah, I was hanging out with my grandmother.
He's the glue that holds it all together.
Yeah, that's the one thing I learned. Y'all need to start scheduling non-Saturdays to do your Back Row Hecklers podcast.
You guys want to do a back row hecklers right now when we get done? Because I'll talk about whatever. I don't even want to talk about wrestling. I don't give a fuck about wrestling. And that's the big secret. Well, I don't even think it's a secret. I don't even like wrestling. And I'm on a fucking podcast. We're 3 seasons in.
Hey,
I don't give a fuck about it. Yeah.
Class.
You know what?
Wait, Joshua. I understand how that feels. I was on a podcast about wrestling, and I didn't give a fuck about it either. But I was enjoying my time with my friends, and it was really.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. I love talking to Matt, and that's what was so great about the episode. I love talking to Matt, and then Brian called in. I love talking to Brian. Like we had a great time, and it's like I don't give a fuck about wrestling, man. Like
you know what? This is a sign. He's just going through New Japan withdrawal. That's what it is.
I think that's what it is, man.
he literally has not seen any New Japan in 2 months?
There's no real, no content.
Yeah, he's so he's literally going through withdrawal.
You don't have anything to say about Becky Lynch or anything like that?
I have this.
Yes!
I have this right here, which is a 5-disc CD set
I gotta
or
watch
DVD set. It's unbelievable. It's really good, and I need to. You know what? I'm gonna watch that tonight. I say it, and then I'll put it in, and then I'll fucking within like 30 minutes, I'll be like, fucking put something else on, and I'll change it, or I'll play Call of Duty. So like, my ADD is kicked in.
What?
Really
Hold
bad.
on. Oh, what? You play Call of Duty?
On the reg, we're friends.
He won't play with you. I've asked him to play. He will
I
not.
fucking play Warzone all the goddamn time.
I play Warzone. I'm usually like in a party, but it's like I'm down.
Let me explain.
Or we play Shoot the Ship.
This is how Kennedy does. I'm ready to play. And then Kennedy, 2 hours later, okay, you ready to play now? And I'm like, fuck no. I have gone to Overwatch.
Dude, no.
Wait 2 hours to play.
No.
And then when I say, hey, you guys ready to play? He goes, I got a baby.
We were in one match of Warzone. You know how long Warzone takes, and somebody couldn't wait around.
2 hours.
He messaged me. He messaged me like 10 minutes later and was like, I'm going to Overwatch. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't wait for no man.
Overwatch is shit.
Class, we need to play because, we need a fourth.
Okay. I usually play in trios, and we're always down for a fourth. So, do you already have a group of 3?
Yeah, this ain't gonna work.
I did, but one of them got called back to work, so I would be probably your fourth then.
Okay.
Joshua could play, but he hasn't figured out how to do the email thing. So
Joshua's pulling a fucking grandpa move with goddamn Activision.
I
don't know how to do an email.
Hey, I don't know how this works.
What's a fucking login?
I had to do that with Pornhub too.
Why are you logging into Pornhub?
Because if you
are you gonna give me a Rick or anything? Because it helps you with the analytics and gives you better choices, and then you can.
No, God no. I just was like, I saw a scene, I wanted to download it. It was like, you have to sign up. I was all right. It's like, oh, you're already a member. I'm like, well, send me an email. Email didn't come, so I had to do it under a different name. I wanted
you
that
actually
scene.
signed up for porn sites?
For Pornhub, yeah.
They're free.
He's a grandpa. He's a fucking grandpa.
Yeah, that's the thing. What I'm trying to say is when you want to download it and save it and then put it on something, bigger, like your TV, you have to be a member. So I had to sign up.
So Joshua, what is your username on Pornhub so we can track you?
I think it's like Green-Eyed Bebop.
We're gonna be like, dude, you look at some weird shit, bro.
You want to laugh? You want to laugh? I was like, oh, I want to see this one chick, and I was like, I like this video. She was like, she put her finger in the dude's butt. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, whoa, I think I need to delete this.
Jesus. I need more than 4 beers to fucking be okay and loosen up for that.
I gotta show it to you because it's just so funny. She's like going to work on him, and then she's like, yeah. And as soon as she puts the finger in there, he's like, whoa.
Truly, truly, truly have I lost control of this show. So if you want to find more information about that, you
tap out. I tap.
You can go to Facebook, Frakkin Nerds, Instagram, Twitter. Oh, on Instagram, we'll take anybody. You don't have to be approved. We're whores. We don't.
Not
care.
me.
So, Clash, you got to be a very special person. If you want to follow me on Twitter and just see how I troll Joshua, Doc_Martin. And when my gifts don't work with whatever he will call me out on it. So, so that's it. But I try. I want content to give to him. And then hopefully I'm trying for his appreciation. But does it ever get received? No, I don't feel like it
does. I do. I appreciate you. I really do.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate when you troll him. I appreciate it.
I don't even feel like it's trolling, but I'm just waiting. More Marvel Strike Force tweets are going to come your way, Doc. So
I'm excited. How much money? I got to find a new animated gift of money throwing everywhere. Keep using
you better hurry up because the spending money is, well, I'm always going to spend money on that game, but
how much would you take to sell your whole Marvel Strike Force whatever account? What would you take for it, considering the amount that you spent?
I'd probably take like $1,000 for it.
Would you be losing money at that point?
No, I wouldn't lose money.
Doc, we know.
Joshua, name a hot girl.
A hot girl?
Yeah, name a hot girl.
On Strike Force?
No, just like a random woman. Name a hot girl. Why are you struggling to find a name?
I don't know, because I don't know.
Never mind.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, Mila Kunis. And she was like, "Yeah, I'll hook up with you, but you got to delete your Marvel Strike Force and never go back to it, and let my husband watch us. Would you do that?"
Ooh, that's weird.
I'm not into cult culture.
That's
you gotta
weird.
You got to get him those fat chicks. What's that?
Oh, he's in the
Rizzo?
fat chicks.
There you go.
So
I'm offended that
Lizzo.
no, I don't like Lizzo either. She's not.
She's too fat. Is what you're saying?
What?
She's not the right kind of fat.
Joshua. I know.
He likes those thick girls spelled with 7 C's.
Oh. And his gamer tag.
I think if I was supposed to give up a chick, if I was supposed to trade in my, I have to get pussy at least a month or 2 months.
like consistently.
Yeah, if I'm gonna, if a chick's gonna,
Now, are you talking about like a month, like 30 days, but you're willing to spread them out, or do you have to utilize them every? Because would you be able to, like Mila Kunis, 30 straight days?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
I think
Say that.
I'm trying to say,
Maybe you just don't feel like you're up for it.
no, I wouldn't give up my Marvel Strike Force account for Mila Kunis. Maybe if you gave me someone else, I'd probably.
Now, would you pass a day if you just couldn't perform, and or does that count as a day? Like that's a punch.
No.
Why could she not perform?
I'm saying he can't perform.
Well, I'm fat.
Why would you not be able to perform? Like, are you
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes
anxiety? You never
yeah.
know.
Sometimes you're just out of shape. You
Yeah,
know?
out of shape. Yeah.
I could fucking get one off a day, no problem. Like,
I don't.
and if you
question
can't,
that.
fucking, all right, here we go. Hey, Blue Chew, why don't you give Frakkin Nerds a follow or like support the show and sponsor it? That's a dick fucking growing pill, like, or fucking make your dick hard. So if you're not feeling it, you don't even need to like be in the mood. Just pop a Blue Chew. 30 minutes later, your dick's hard as a rock, and you could go. Like, why would you? You always feel better after you fucking get one.
I'd probably have that
What
problem.
pill is that?
Kunis.
Blue Chew?
Blue Chew? Never heard of that.
Yeah, check it out. I got some.
Why do you have some? Well, now you
Because I wanted to support. Like, I don't have a problem like get my dick hard, but like I wanted to support. I have never tried one, but I wanted to support. Tell him Steve Dave. And so a podcast I listened to, so I got a free trial. They said it was gonna be. This is what's fucked up. They said it was gonna be discreet, like no awkward like visits with the doctor or anything. So I was like, let me get some fucking free. It's Cialis is like actually what it is,
right?
And so I was like, let me check it out. They said it was gonna be anything like anything awkward. I called it when I was at my old job, or I signed up for it. You had to put your phone number in. Like 10 minutes later, I get a phone call, and it was a nurse on the other end. Skyping or whatever, like what we're doing, where I see them and they see me, and she was like, we have to do a video chat, and I was like, so she knew who I was, and I was like, I thought it wasn't awkward, and here I am like face to face with this hot nurse, and I'm like, and she's like asking me questions about my dick, and I'm like, well, I usually don't have a problem, but like, do I have to say I do just to get this? I was like, I'm just wanting to support the show and get some dick pills. So
wait, but don't they have to like scale it to like milligrams and stuff like that, depending on the person?
I had to whip it out and fucking beat off on camera for it. So
it's like
right?
No, I didn't have to do it.
That's a Monday for you, right?
How do you think we got Sonny on our show on Back Row Hecklers, man?
Word. Yo, hold on? Quick segue. Do you know she has a fans only, right?
Yeah.
And she wants
I'm not part of that shit.
She
So
wants
does Beyonce.
No, she wants $30 a month. Wait a minute, Beyonce has a fans only?
Yeah, she was talking
She
about
masturbating on it?
Yeah, I don't know, but she's talking about starting an OnlyFans. I don't think she
Why?
understands what it's for.
Yeah, she must not know, but
People are gonna be pissed when
Or
they're like
maybe
expecting
she does, and she's just ready for that extra revenue.
you're gonna be
What?
spreading that butthole.
You don't need
literally, but she don't need no fucking money. She just wants attention. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But
She's trying to legit OnlyFans, probably. Like,
Sunny wants $30 a month to just look at her do shit that we don't want to look at her do. Maybe 1990 Sunny, but not now Sunny.
all right. Well, this
I'd fuck
has
Sunny nowadays.
really gone off the
I would.
rails. Oh my lord! All right.
You know what, Doc? This is what.
Hold on, Doc. Would you or would you not fuck Sunny nowadays? She's a little thicker. Like maybe her voice is a little raspier, but like, dude, she's.
I don't know. I'd have to look at pictures of her now to decide, and then I may
She's
have.
got no butt though.
Yeah, I'm a butt guy. I'm much more of a butt guy than a titty
Did you
guy.
see the porno or no?
Yeah, I did. And she farted in it. She farted in the middle of fucking having sex.
She did?
This podcast has gone off the rails.
All right, gentlemen.
Sorry.
I'm going to have to wrap it up just for the fact that I've got to watch What We Do in the Shadows because that's coming up in 2 minutes.
Okay.
So, 10:30. Oh, no, we got 30 more minutes.
Hey, let's talk about fucking farting during sex.
I can't
I'm
believe Doc
good. I think
they moved What We Do in the Shadows to Tuesdays now?
Oh, yeah, it's Tuesday. I forgot. I'm used to being off on Wednesdays. That day's all fucked up. Never mind. Keep talking about Sunny and her farting in on camera.
I'm done, guys.
Yeah, we're done. This was a good show. And, yeah, we'll see you next week, I guess, right?
Yes. Well, hopefully maybe this Monday so that class can join us and Kennedy.
What do you mean this Monday? I'm free. Kennedy ain't doing shit. So
Well, yes, he is. He's got a baby.
babies.
Oh, yeah. No, he's got 3 babies.
Babies.
What does everyone want?
One's a teenager, though. Oh, yeah. And speaking of that, are you guys going to talk about OVW possibly going to Florida?
I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with wrestling. I told you.
It's a possibility it's going to Florida.
I didn't know that.
So, all right. So for Kennedy and class over there in Indiana and Joshua all the way over on the East Coast, this is Doc Martin saying have a frackin' good week.